Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. As we can see, I built another one of these yacht tank things. They are pretty easy to craft up, at least the first couple tiers are. I think they do scale pretty crazy, but I mean, at this point in the pack, 900,000 buckets is going to be enough. But we can always upgrade this. I wonder, what the actual max of this is. It must be, like, just insane. Like, impossible to fill in millions of years kind of thing. But I have set this up to do ammonia, and I have moved this over here. Fortunately, we can't put it in the middle, so it's going to be a bit off-center, and you can't put it... It has to be in that part of it. It can't be on the ends either. So we'll probably just do this. Now these don't need an air block, even though it looks like a vent. It doesn't actually need empty block. I have gone ahead and crafted up small awakened draconium now, because we have 2,400 and we have like thousands in the thing. It just hasn't got to processing it yet. I think it's actually like almost kind of stuck. We're getting so many resources that it's stuck on like one of them. It can't clear out fast enough. So it's really only like processing one thing at one material right now. I don't know which one it is. It's probably like iron or something like that. Yeah, I am going to have to deal with that. I really just set it up with a subnet just to get it up and running. I didn't optimize it or anything, really. But, yeah, so we're going to do this. And it's turned on. I was going to upgrade the hatches, but I didn't feel like messing with the ender fluid leg things. So we'll see. If it becomes an issue, I will. But I don't think we have to worry about it right now. Let me just do this really quick so we don't have fluids bouncing back and forth. Now these do 300 and something thousand? 300,000, yeah. I could even do bigger if I wanted, 900,000 or something like that. But like I said, we're just kind of... Let's just see how it goes. Right. Yeah, I don't think we... I mean, it's every 4 seconds it needs to empty out. Yeah, I don't even think we need Awakened Draconium, to be honest. I probably could have done the smaller ones. But, like I said, we have like thousands of Awakened Draconium at this point. Might as well. Alright, so there we go. There is our ammonia. We are producing it rather quickly. Actually, now that I'm... Yeah, because it does do... It's 3-to-1, the ratio. So the hydrogen gas is actually the bottleneck. Are we pumping it faster than we're using it? Is the question. It does look like we actually are. It does look like we are pumping it faster than we are using it. So maybe I will upgrade the thing. I do have... I mean, I could just do... I mean, I could craft up a... Where is it? Somewhere in here. Yeah, maybe I'll craft up a UV. That's 4 times the amount. I also don't know what the output on those things. I did hear it's not like... It's not infinite. I have heard. I mean, you can tell. It's not like instantly throwing it in there. We could always do... We could always do it differently. We don't have to do the ender fluid if it's going to be a bottleneck. I could always do... Oh, actually. You know what? I wonder if this may actually be the bottleneck. It does say it's the... It does say it's throttled or whatever by the output hatch. The amount of stored liquid and the output hatch's capacity. I only did HV. It may be actually... Maybe we should do a higher tier. What about CPM? Alright, and we're also going to find out if I break this, are we going to lose the entire contents? I'm going to cry if we do, but maybe we won't. Oh, I did input hatch. No! I want output hatch, not input hatch. Hold on, let me grab the UV. Output hatch. CPM. That's the one I wanted. Also, is the hatch type... Is that... Now that I'm thinking about it, is that gated by the... Max fluid cell tier is limited by glass tier. It doesn't say the output hatches. Might be, who knows. It may be gated by... It may be gated by the glass. Yep, it is not completing. Alright, interesting. Alright. Well, we can do... EV. Output hatch. I may have some around. I don't really use EV output hatches. Yeah, I don't even have one. I don't even have a recipe for an output EV. I'm just thinking of like other ways we could wirelessly transfer that. I could do... Let me just manually craft this up. Oh, that's right. That's going to be a bit annoying. I was thinking... We could possibly... do like a subnet. No, I don't want to like... No. I was like, I don't want to like insert it into a subnet. Like that tank is it's kind of like a subnet on its own. We could do... Man, I really don't want to do P2P. I'm trying to get away from that. Alright, let me make a recipe for this EV. We'll see if that speeds it up. To be honest, I thought I had a recipe for this, but it may be the... I may have just been confusing it with the EV one. Or maybe I have an input hatch. Ah, that's what I have an input hatch. I just don't have the output hatch EV, which kind of makes sense, to be honest. Because I don't... If you're outputting... Oh, just kidding. I don't need that. If you're outputting the... Like, if you're turning off the multi-block with how much you're storing, like, it really doesn't matter how big it is. Since you are toggling it on and off once it fills up to a certain point. Yeah, so if I'm like... If I'm turning off the multi-block when it gets 8 buckets or 16 buckets, I don't need a large multi. The only reason we have these really big ones is for the fusion reactor. These are our old fusion reactor hatches. Alright, I could, while we're doing this, let me switch the... Yeah, let me switch this. So, pull that off. Break that. What did I say I was going to do? UV, right? UV. On there. Hydrogen 2. I still don't get why sometimes it saves it. I know it's probably some weird coding thing. Like, how did that save that when it was stacked with these? So, is it because it's placed in the same place it was in the world, maybe? I don't know. Because I feel like if I placed it here and then moved it to here, it wouldn't save it. We're just learning things. That is what we are doing today. Right, so is this... I mean, I'm not really going to get like a... import, yeah. Now we do have EV glass, so yeah, there we go. It is on. It does seem like the output hatch is gated, which, to be fair, it doesn't feel... I mean, that feels totally normal, that would be gated. Export. It does definitely feel faster, doesn't it? It feels like that is filling up faster. It's not, like, super quick. I just don't know if it's the ender fluid link cover, or is it the hatch on that? I wonder if... You know what? I'm going to try one more thing. I am going to switch the glass. I don't think you need to... Also, I need to sort out this recipe. This glass is very slow in that single block. I haven't set up the fluid solidifier to do the glass yet. What I was thinking is we just need to upgrade the glass, right? We don't actually need to upgrade the fluid cells, right? Oh, it does say right there. Max. No, fluid cell tier is the thing on the inside. Yeah. Yeah, I think we could probably just replace the glass. I don't think we actually have to replace the fluid cell things. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming we wouldn't have to, like, put T7 on there if we use T7 glass. Okay, as expected, the multi-block formed with the other glass. Now it should form with that. I mean, it should. I don't think those... Are those hatches? Okay. Yeah, it did form. Okay. I was waiting for it to, like, switch over to the color, but no. Okay, it did form. Now that I'm like... did it, maybe it formed last time and I just didn't check it. Alright. We'll do this. I figure while we're here, let's just switch these both to ZPM. Alright, so that, see, it like saved it. So crazy. Alright, so that is that, and then does it save it here? It does. It doesn't save the import-export, but no. Import. Import to that over there. And then this is export. Yeah. Okay. So that is that. Let's get this turned on. Okay, so this... Okay, so it is keeping up with a full... Now I think it's it may be gated by this one now that I'm looking at it. No, it doesn't even fill it out. Okay, so that seems like it's the max amount for this. Are we filling this up completely? What? I missed it. Did I miss it? Maybe I should... Okay, 256. It looks like it's doing 256 at a time. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know if it does more than 256. if I upgrade it to UV. I don't really know what the... Maybe it just does 256 times that recipe. I don't know if that's actually gonna... I don't know if that would actually change. I'm sure we will... I mean, I could always just test it to see if it does more, or does it just do it faster? Like, if I replace it with the UV, would it do it in 8 seconds? Not sure. But, alright, so we are making 256 buckets of ammonia every 16 seconds. Look, we already got 20,000 buckets, 21,000 buckets of ammonia. Awesome. Okay. Oh! I have an input hatch CPM there, and I don't have the upgraded glass. There we go, we just answered our question. Okay, you don't need to upgrade the glass for the input-output hatches. I just didn't hit the controller to get it to form. I was thinking it would change, but it didn't. Okay, that's good to know. I may switch it back to titanium glass. There's really no reason to have iridium then. But I do need to send this out. And I'm gonna send it out. I gotta figure out, like, all the places that we send ammonia to. Which I guess we could use our... This thing is pretty good about that, the advanced memory card. It'll show us every place that it's going. So I think... Is it this one that's ammonia? No, that's oxygen. I think this one's ammonia, right? Yeah. As we can see, it's completely empty because we have gone through it. So if I do that... See? Okay, it does. It was the blue. I couldn't see it against the blue. There we go. We can see it goes there, it goes there, goes over there. Pretty sure there's more places that ammonia goes. But yeah. So this is like the main one, as we can see. So I am break this. And we will put a thing on this. So this one will be... Do that. Or should I put it underneath? I usually hide everything underneath. Alright, so that just pulled in a little bit of ammonia. You can see it right there. I hate when it does that. Ammonia 2, because this is the output. So ammonia 2, and then the other one will be the input over here. I do need to switch this out though. I think. I don't know. Do we really need a bigger one? Output hatch, not input hatch. You know what? We might as well just do like ZPM at this point in the back. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to like redo it. All right, I'm gonna lose that. A little bit of ammonia. Oh well. Front side. All right, cool. We'll lock it to ammonia. I don't know if we really need to worry about locking, but it's locked. Okay, cool. And then import ammonia 2. So the question is that running over there now? No. Yes, alright. There we go. That has got that full. So I can finally get through this massive amount of palladium. It was always bottlenecked by my ammonia. I just never did anything about it. I would just let it run to get like 5,000 and then I would just turn it off. But now we have fixed that with our cool large chemical reactor. Question is, are we producing it more than we are using it? It does appear we are, in fact. producing it faster, then we can use it, which is awesome. All right, so that is ammonia. Now, there are other things that I mean, this is a pretty big kind of project that I'm working on upgrading everything, so it's not going to be all at once. Just because I don't have enough real-life time to spend hours doing that, especially when I've already recorded this episode on it. I'm not going to be able to, if I spend like 2 hours replacing this kind of stuff, I just won't have enough time to make an actual episode. So it's going to be something I'm working on slowly, but now we can actually just disable this. This was our old ammonia thing. This is done now. So I could probably start breaking this down. I think this entire platform is going to be broken down. I decided I don't want... Originally, we were going to have the main line come out of the main building, but now I have decided to leave the thing there and we go out like that. So I don't actually like these two here on the ends anymore. So this is all going to be replaced eventually and broken down and removed. Same with our PBI. I'm going to redo that. So I think I'm just going to slowly break all this down as we replace it. And I'll just go along and be like, okay, sulfuric acid, how can we get that? Well, we can pump it from IO. We have a pump there, it's just not running at the moment. It's not the biggest vein, but it's easy to pump from there. I just don't have it running because I don't have power going to it. I think I originally had a dragon egg, but I moved that to chlorine or something like that. I can't really remember, to be honest. So I can sort that out with plasma reactors. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually not producing plasma. We're not even burning through it that fast, though. Even with the pumps, pumping nitrogen and hydrogen, we're not even burning through it that quick, to be honest. Also, this has been running for, I don't know how many hours now. Real life hours. It's only at 1% damaged. Yeah, these turbines are pretty amazing. Okay, let me figure out what we want to do next. I'm just going to keep working on stuff and sort out what I want to do. Like some bottlenecks and I was just thinking, I'm like, the electrolyzer. There isn't like a... I don't think there is like a mega elixir or electrolyzer. The industrial one is probably the biggest one. What other megas are there? I really don't want to build the mega vacuum freezer or the EBF, the blast furnace. Maybe eventually, but I'm really avoiding those two. Really quick, I have just set up 2 more drills, one for fluorine and one for oxygen. It was actually pretty convenient that they are right next to each other and they're both decent. They're both decent veins. It's hard to see the fluorine, but it is in fact there. So we're on those, and then this drill pulls from the whole thing, the whole chunk, the 8x8 chunk. So yep, kind of convenient. So we got our oxygen pumping, we got our fluorine. Unfortunately, we can actually see what the input from the ender fluid conduit. We can see how fast it's going. It's actually, the ZPM pump is actually pumping faster than this thing can empty out. So, it is what it is. I don't think it's that big. I mean, if I had 1,000 of these flickering on and off, it might be an issue, but just a few pumps. And eventually it's going to turn off when it fills up the thing anyway. But yeah, I just thought I would show that. I don't know what the throughput of these ender fluid things are. Kind of wish it would show like how much it was doing. So I was looking at the tank filling up, and I realized this is probably what the output is, 8,000 millibuckets per tick or whatever it is. I don't know how fast that is, but it's probably that's probably what it is, because that's it's inputting as fast as it's putting in the tank. So yeah, it's not a huge amount. I wish it was quite a bit bigger, but it is what it is. For the most part, that is gonna be good. I could have sworn this one was going faster, to be honest, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention. So, alright, there is our fluorine, oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen. I'm kind of getting the basic kind of gases set up, because everything else is pretty much made from that. Like, hydrochloric acid is hydrogen, and then chlorine, and, you know, oxygen's added to a whole bunch of the plastics to make those. Fluorine is used in hydrofluoric acid. There is actually, I was looking at the drilling rigs. So you look at this, you can actually get every single pumpable fluid. So we got sulfuric, we got all the oils, hydrogen, carbon monoxide if you want, ethylene if you want. It's a pretty good vein as well. We are swimming in ethylene though. It's pretty easy to make if we need it. Lava, natural gas, deuterium, hydrogen sulfide if we want to pump that. I don't remember what we use that for, to be honest. It's in... Oh, I remember. It was the europium. Yeah, this is the one. I was like, I remember using this for something. The europium oxide dust we get from our monazite line. And we are back. Got two more. One for sulfuric acid. I just went and replaced the pump on IO. And chlorine, I've started producing now. Chlorine can't pump, and I'm trying to decide how I want to ramp this up. This is basically our old one that we had sitting right here, connected to the salt water. So we are electrolyzing salt water. This is running on LUV. I wanted to do ZPM, but apparently I didn't set up ZPM in the first place. I thought I had ZPM, but yeah, all this stuff is running at EV, which I'd say like almost like the majority of this, that is perfectly fine. Like, I don't use polyethylene, and the EV, it goes fast enough for what we need. Eventually, we'll need more, but yeah, most of this stuff is perfectly fine. There was a couple that was a bit slow. The radon one is a bit slow, can be upgraded, but anyway, I've moved this, I've upgraded to LUV, so this thing is just chugging along. Unfortunately, it's not great. I think we're getting 16 buckets every 1 second, so I mean, it's not like, it's probably fine for what we need. Anyway, so slowly clearing out the stuff we need. So I had a fluorine one here, we don't need that anymore, sulfuric acid, and I think this was ammonia, which has been replaced now. So that is that. This is actually, it's taking me a little bit longer than I thought it would, but actually having kind of a lot of fun. All right, so chlorine 2. And the reason for this is I want to place this over here in the new one that I built. So this is kind of what I'm thinking for, like, that area I'm kind of leaving for, I'll probably expand it to the left too, so it's not just like one super long one. Is kind of for our base, kind of like, you know, just nitrogen. I'm just pumping that. It's not being produced anywhere. It just goes directly in there. So stuff like that I probably will have. Chlorine I may end up moving, but this area right here is kind of more for the stuff that is like, I don't know, like a one-step process. Like we're mixing two things to get ammonia. So it's not like, I'd call that like a tier 2 fluid or whatever. I know, just kind of making stuff up here. And then this one is going to be hydrochloric acid. So I need to do that. So let's do that. It'll empty out. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't know salt water was in that. I should just leave that in there. You know what? Import. Let's not worry about that. There is salt water in the blank channel. We'll just leave it there. Chlorine 2. There we go. Hydrogen 2. There we go. I think I need a 1 in there, if I remember. All right, so we're going to want to do batch mode on this. As we can see, it's only 1 tick, which means that it's... Is it doing anything? Okay, it is, yeah. So it is going through this possibly quicker than we are... I think it's going as fast as we can put it in there with those. Yeah. I did kind of wonder if that was going to be an issue. Let's try batch mode. And that's still... I thought that would speed it, like, do, you know, like 10 seconds. But it does them, like, all at the same time instead of... Alright, still kind of learning. This is running at ZPM. Alright, so... I mean, we've produced 9,000 buckets of this stuff. It goes pretty quick. I may just leave it, not worry about it. I do have a feeling we are probably not producing chlorine fast enough. Yep, that is pretty obvious. I kind of knew that would be an issue. Hydrogen... Man, even hydrogen we're not producing fast enough. Although we are doing... Thought we were. Yep. It looks like it's actually... It may be prioritizing this one. Interesting. I was kind of curious what would happen if you had 2 of those. Doesn't look like it's going in that one at all. Alright. Still learning. We are kind of running up with the super fast machines, though. The chemical reactor that the ender fluid conduits aren't fast enough. Now, there is other ways to go about doing this. We could do P2P if we want. I was trying to get away from that. I wonder if... Do these work with 2 output hatches? I may try that, actually. I think that's... Those do work, right? With the 2 output hatches? Because I remember this had 2... This one has 2 input hatches. I'm assuming you could probably replace one of these with an output hatch. And then... I could... We could do like a storage bus, possibly. That'd be one way to do it. Also... Don't these, like, acceleration cards... That's a fluid export bus. Alright, let me think about how I want to do this. Also, I have gone ahead and, if I can remember where we are. Yes. I am producing a whole lot of europium. 10,000. I just crafted up 10,000 while I was doing other stuff, so that is just chugging along producing europium. I have also upgraded a couple things. One, I finally upgraded this to a large processing factory. This is my crystal chip. We were using a single block. I finally upgraded it to the multi. I was going to do mutagen, and I decided I didn't particularly like that. This wasn't producing it fast enough. I didn't feel like crafting up more of these, automating all this craziness. So I did have it coming out of there. So what I've ended up doing is just europium. And then underneath, I am just pumping the europium into a fluid extractor. And that's getting pulled out and put into there. So our crystal chips are just chugging away. I think we get 14 each thing. I can't remember. But yeah, I need, like, we're going to need lots and lots of these. Not 5,000, we're going to need like millions. So I wanted to get that at least going while I'm doing other stuff. All right, let me figure out what I want to do with this. I prefer not to do P2P. But the cool thing about P2P is that it is... like, how fast you want to pump it out is just whatever pump you put on it. So, I don't know, let me think about this. Okay, I am just testing out both ways of doing this. I have gone ahead and just thrown a storage bus on both of those. And then going to put the... I guess this one is chlorine. I realize that doesn't have... I just realized that... oh, of course, it's not going to have a side, is it? It's... I just did the... I did the single block. So, of course, it's not going to have up, down, left, right. It doesn't have other sides. That was kind of funny. And then, yeah, this is hydrogen. Pretty sure it will work off this. Yes. And being able to put the stuff in from NEI is so amazing in GregTech. Or GregTech New Horizons, I should say. Okay, so I kind of wanted to see what would happen with these 3 hyper acceleration cards. Well, that was pretty quick. And then on this one, I'm going to put a pump. Did I? Those aren't pumps. Those are the regulators that I had on our turbines that I don't do anymore. Shoot. Alright, I'll craft up. What does this do? I mean, I feel like it'd probably be easier just to do the other one, but this can scale. Because I could always even, you know, do a higher one. I'm just curious how fast this is gonna go. Okay, there is that. I'm just kind of curious, like, what the... Okay, that is definitely faster than the LUV one, isn't it? I don't know if that speeds up as well, because usually the things kind of speed up. So, interesting. I wasn't going to use those export buses, but now that I'm like, maybe I do want to do that. Yeah, it's not even keeping up. Very interesting. All right, and we should be getting our hydrogen chloride, no problem, right? Okay, for a second I thought it was stuck in the pipes, but no, it's moving. All right, so there is that. Now, the one issue with doing this kind of stuff is that I'm breaking a whole lot of things in the base. I do plan on fixing all this stuff, but I've broken a lot of things. Like I moved my ammonium, so the ammonium chloride's gotten messed up. We moved our chloride. I've moved my nitrogen, so a lot of this stuff has actually gotten broke. We broke a lot of this stuff. So I'm gonna have to go back and redo some of this. I mean, I still have my old elevators in this place. I haven't upgraded them like I have all the other ones because this is such an old area. But like, yeah, all this stuff I'm gonna have to figure out. This is gonna just like, it's just gonna take me time. And I think I'm trying to decide if I want the mega apiary or the component assembly line first. I was just thinking that if we did this one first, it would let me get the Americium to help me craft this one up, kind of thing, is what I was thinking. Or would getting the component assembly line make crafting this one up easier? I don't know. I'm gonna have to like look at some of the recipes, but that's kind of like the next goals. One, the Americium that we're gonna need is getting pretty crazy, and the component assembly line is just gonna make crafting up some of these recipes just so much easier. And I believe they do save on stuff. Unfortunately, it is going to be capped at whatever component assembly line casing we choose, which will probably be LUV. So I'm not going to be able to do ZPM stuff and UV stuff. But I mean, just being able to craft up 64 field generators at once, like, wow. But, all right. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.